Oh boy, what did we do? I tried Zwifting for the first time, and according to a triathlon magazine, not only do professional cyclists use it, but the benefits are a happy and motivated indoor riding experience that will help you hit your early season goals. And I was curious, can indoor riding actually improve my fitness? About 2 years ago, I got really into cycling, but I faced a massive problem. It's literally only cycling seasons for like 3 months of the year, which always kills my cycling gains. So I thought to myself, what if we tried indoor cycling at a gym? Well, the problem with that is that the bikes actually suck. You can't clip in, and of course, I want to ride my own damn bike. And the alternative? Zwift. Within the 30 days I've been Zwifting, I'm going to share everything I learned, the benefits, the cons, how I lost weight without changing my diet, and whether it's worth investing into to drastically improve your fitness. This is about 30 kilometers, and I pushed really hard towards the end to beat this guy. So what the fuck is even Zwift? Zwift is basically a virtual training program that allows you to use your own bike attached to a compatible machine to ride, race, or compete virtually with others around the world. This is the smart trainer for your bike, which you use to go Zwifting. I didn't pay full price, first of all. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. $999. When I first researched it, it was actually a lot to take in. There were like all these machines that could be attached to my bike, and honestly, the prices were ranging from cheap to like literally astronomical. With that being said, let's focus on the main three. So you can get a basic trainer that just provides resistance to your back wheel, a smart trainer where you take off your back wheel and attach it to the machine, or a fully dedicated indoor bike that has fancy buttons and a built-in screen. Now, here's what I found after researching all three. So the basic trainer actually costs the least expensive, also wears out your tires the quickest, and it also makes the resistance and climbing feeling the least natural. Now, the smart trainer is what I have currently. This is the one where you attach your bike directly to it, which is why you can see I have no back wheel. Now, it does cost a little bit more, but it gives you a little bit more of a realistic climbing experience, and it's a little bit more natural as well. And of course, it doesn't wear out your tires. Now, the only con is that the setup process is actually like rocket science. And I'm no bike mechanic, and after researching it, I genuinely couldn't do it with all the instructions. So I just ended up taking it to a bike shop and having them help me sort it out and teach me how to do it. All I have to do now is attach it to my bike. So first things first, we actually need to put this mat down because that little machine, the Flux S, is actually really heavy. Okay, so now that we have the machine here, we just have to attach the bike. You guys probably have never seen my bike. This is my pride and joy. We need to take off the back wheel and then we need to attach it to the machine. So, okay, so now this is the hard part. I need to reattach the chain and the bike properly to the machine. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so I think we got it on properly, and now we just need to make sure to put the TV to walk you through the process of what it looks like. Okay, so we have the Apple TV on, the TV's on, the bike's connected. You have the app, you get the Zwift app, you open the Zwift app, and it'll probably play some really cool intro music, I think. Hey. So going into this, I had no idea what I was going to get out of this. I want to start off by saying that this is all unnecessary for Zwifting. You definitely don't need a helmet. I mean, you need the cleats, but other than that, you don't really need it. Well, the bibs would really help too. You get a really sore butt after doing those, but yeah, this is a little overkill. All right, y'all, this is a much better fit. This is probably what I'm actually going to train in. Today is going to be day one of our Zwifting adventures here of 30 days. And let's get started. My only initial expectation was just to continue cycling just so I can maintain my fitness. But soon I found out that Zwifting actually helped me in so many more ways than I thought, and some of them may even surprise you. So week one, I just wanted to experiment and just have some fun. Now in the beginning, I was thinking to myself, I was like, wow, this is legitimately so convenient to be able to bike in my own house at any time I wanted. Then as you guys know, it got me thinking, how well can Zwifting really increase my fitness, help me lose weight, and possibly even make me faster for the next season? And that curiosity kicked in fast, and it kept me consistent. After a week of cycling and getting used to the balance of being stationary, I started to learn a couple new things from Zwift that ultimately helped me become faster and more controlled cyclist. Zwift actually has built-in workout programs dedicated to helping you lose weight, improve endurance, or improve climbing. And just like that, we're done the climb. And now we're descending. Thank God. Where's my inhaler? Oh my God. And just like that, it's the first streak done. So today we're actually gonna do a 30-minute workout instead. So this is my second day and I just did a pretty heavy leg day today. I'm thinking we do the calorie crush. Calorie crush, I don't know what all these bars mean. Looks like different zones of training. Want to get this started and enjoy some anime, burn some calories. Second day of Zwifting, let's get it. So if you can't tell, it's cool because it shows you how to warm up. So it says you go 135 watts of power you're generating at 95 RPM, but all of that is just really a warm-up. So as we continue, you're gonna see how it guides you. Now, these programs were actually really cool because it really taught me how to develop a specific type of rhythm and cadence. And also, it taught me how to pedal at specific watts during specific intersections. But the most important thing is it taught me how to pedal smoother. Another day of Zwifting. I just woke up. It's not that early in the morning, but we're here. We're gonna go for it. Oh, my butt. One thing that they don't tell you about when you start Zwifting is how much your butt hurts. Like I can't explain to you how sore it is. Nice. So we're gonna do flat out fast. It's only about 21 kilometers and I need a decent recovery right now. My butt hurts. So we're gonna start with a nice little warm up here, and by the end of it, I'm gonna get back to you guys with how the 21 kilometer flat ride felt, and also an update on my butt. Okay. We just finished the ride. I said it was gonna be a chill one, but then I went full throttle for the last 30 seconds. So if you're still wondering, we're really sore, but better. Thank you for asking. All right, guys, welcome to week 2 of Zwifting. Today, we are going to try to push it a little bit, do another workout, get my heart rate nice and high. And I think by this week, my butt should feel a lot better and definitely used to the seat. So we are going to do a 41-minute workout. It's called 20-40s, whatever that means. So let's give it a shot. I used to think that going just balls to walls, grinding it for the full 20, 30, or even 60 kilometers was going to make me the fastest. And while that could be true short term, I realized how suboptimal training that was. So this is a power prep series designed by Danny Rowe and Kristen Armstrong. Instead, it's better to train in spurts of high and low intensity, and for PR rides, the best approach is to pedal at a smooth pace and gradually increase intensity. And honestly, after making just those 2 small adjustments, the payoff at the end of this 30-day experiment was really worth it. Well, welcome to finally week 3. Today I am looking forward to our Zwift ride. I want to say we'll aim for something like 25 kilometers, maybe 18, 20, 25. We'll see how we're feeling throughout the ride. So yeah, week 3, day 1. Let's keep going. Okay, just like that. Week 3, day 1 is done. I wanted to do something chill, and I was feeling really good, and I averaged 180 watts of power, which is a PR for the last 3 weeks now. This was about 90.6 kilometers, and I'm really proud of that. So far, things are really good. Still kind of hurts to sit on the saddle, I'm not gonna lie. But overall, it's still pretty good. Today, we don't really have too much of a plan other than I'm gonna try to go for 25-30 here. We're just gonna try to sit in the saddle, burn some calories, and hopefully hold a 180 watt average. Not to push myself too hard, just because, you know, I've been lifting and all that. So yeah, let's get right into it. For the third week, it was supposed to be chill, but I always end up going harder than I wanted to, and I pushed really hard towards the end to beat this guy. After 3 weeks, here are some things that I've noticed with my fitness and also cycling skills. Zwifting is a completely different type of beast compared to outdoor cycling. So obviously, compared to outdoor riding, you are on the saddle way longer than you actually think. And without natural breaks or movements, your ass actually feels like, I can't even explain it. It just gets so sore, like really sore. And yes, you eventually do break in, like your butt develops like a callus for it eventually, but the saddle to the breaking time is actually painful. And even if you have a bib bump, it doesn't make the experience any better. And speaking of pain, make sure you get a fan. Get a fan. When you're indoor cycling, the amount of sweat that you produce is actually disgusting. You get absolutely zero breeze when you're inside, so when you finish, or when I'm finished cycling or Zwifting, I look like I jumped out of a pool. Now, Zwifting also 100% improved my smoothness when pedaling. That little skill helped me improve my outdoor cycling overnight. And instead of constantly pushing as hard as I could like a newbie, I realized that focus on smoothness let me hit a faster average speed without working as hard. And lastly, I could enjoy anime without feeling like a couch potato. Judge me all you want, but this was my favorite benefit of Zwifting indoors. So if you're thinking about starting Zwift, here's what I would recommend. Go for a smart trainer if you can afford it. Definitely get a very good fan. Definitely try Zwift's built-in plan before jumping into any race. And lastly, don't think that it'll replace outdoor riding, because it's just a completely different experience and beast. Now, I wasn't expecting Zwift to make me a world-class cyclist, but I was really curious how much faster and more prepared I'd be for the next season. Now, when I first got back outdoors, you wouldn't have guessed it, but I fell. Yeah, you heard that right. I literally fell at a stop sign in front of a bunch of cars, and it was so embarrassing. You know, I've gotten so used to riding stationary that I forgot about balance, but once I got used to it again, I finally did it. I really did beat my route PR by 8 minutes. Now, you could argue a couple things. First of all, you could say that it was traffic, it was the wind, or just straight up luck. But I can confidently say that Zwift really did help me improve my cycling skills so that I could PR on a specific route. With that being said, Zwift also helped me drop 3 pounds without changing my diet, and it taught me how to pedal smoothly. And I did all of that from the comfort of my own home. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be the best cyclist ever. It's just a hobby that I really enjoy and helps me continue improving my cardiovascular level without, you know, working myself too hard and having low impact on my body. So is Zwifting right for you? Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or elite cyclist, I think Zwift has something for everybody. But the only thing is, just remember, cycling is an extremely expensive sport anyways, so just make sure that you watch out for that. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you guys got any value out of this or enjoyed watching my experience, I will do more of these. Make sure you guys follow for everything fitness, lifestyle, or tech. Catch you guys next Saturday. That's when I post. Peace.